Poetry is not what we do. Poetry is who we are. We live poetry. We eat poetry. We make love.
This love is 3D. We're at the confluence of technology. Our souls meet like two streams, sharing each other's dreams.
Time waits for no one, so why should we wait for time? Life's a continuous race. We can't slow down, man, even when you see the finish line.
Where were you when I sat in the labyrinths of the dark night, cooking words like a chef making fish
To change
stew?
the world is to eat and dress in a style that define you without thinking what the round table people would think
My
about
ink
you.
don't go astray like bodyguard son. They squander all my thoughts inside this brain bank. It don't lose guard.
Why do the old folks think they know everything? You fail to understand you're not living the times I'm living in. You can see from the start, we're 30 years apart. I have new blood while you're still sustained by an old heart.
Without which you would have never existed.
Hi everyone. Yeah, I just have to adjust the mic a bit so that people will have an exaggerated notion about my height. I don't think I have a title for this poem, I'll be very honest with you. Give it a title when I'm done. In your mind, and if you can't find, okay. Here goes. Savior, see my sick soul, sick solitude. So if you strike Shaitan with 6 stones when he sits close, the ink flows, be my chronicles, swing low. Savior, see my sick soul, sick solitude. So if you strike Shaitan with 6 stones when he sits close, the ink flows, be my chronicles, swing low. My silly mind swings on the fringe of insanity's thoughts and pole. Christianity blames Islam every time that a bomb explodes. Ask them what them know, who a Muslim is. All he sees is a man that blesses God when he bombs them foes. Christians don't bomb their foes. Their Lord does the dirty job when they curse their foes. So they lost their souls, but they rather gain the world so the church can grow. And the cockerel crows, but he didn't make the top before the cock's head rolled. And the fraud gets told that he will make it straight to heaven because he drops them notes in them offering bowls. And the suffering foes can go and catch Ebola when their problems show. Now they're all exposed, but you dare not breathe the word or you're godless, bro. Or you dare not breathe the word or you're godless, bro. Savior, see my sick soul, sick solitude. So if you strike Shaitan with 6 stones when he sits close, the ink flows, be my chronicles, swing low. So I sat on the fence I built long time ago when I found it pretty hard to tell my friends from foes. See, I want change, so give a penny for my thoughts and give a whiskey on the scale of 1 to Henny and a blunt and tell me exactly, have you ever had a hit that peaked on the streets and you tried over and over to repeat the feat? You pick a beat and when it looks like you're toe to toe with success, you kiss the feet. Now it's you begging your fans for BB pins, retweeting tweets, begging blogs, put me up so the geeks can hear my song. The link is free, but these geeks won't even pay for cheap CDs. I know they try to be nice, they mean critiques. The TV screen is getting tired of your face, she needs reprieve. As the curtains call you out to quit the scene. How could this be? How did they start become an extra on 53? Pinky finger in the mouth like me. How did they start become an extra on 53? Pinky finger in the mouth like me. Savior, see my sick soul, sick solitude. So if you strike Shaitan with 6 stones when he sits close, the ink flows, but my chronicles swing low. So I quit being poetic so my mind can linger on dismembered fingers. The images and villages of cops and copses, satanists and Coptics, ISIS and crisis. My eyes and drying sins, cause down in Bonniadi, the coffins ain't closing. I'm dozing, my eyes wide open, horrors in my ocular. No one in particular to blame but myself for the pains that I bear for my country, Nigeria. Relocate me to Syria so I can hang out with them Syria beheaders, ISIS and crisis. But then what will I do? What will I do? I'll raise my hands and clench my fist and turn it to a thumb. I raise my hands, I clench my fist and I turn it to a thumb. Savior, see my sick soul, sick solitude. So if you strike Shaitan with 6 stones when he sits close, the ink flows, my chronicles swing low.